Hi guys, my name is Brooke Boggs and I'm in the HSC 340 Spring A class of 2019 and my client's name is Christina Brinley. I will now continue the video as my client. Hello, my name is Christina and I'm a 36-year-old female. I'm a mother of 4 and I work full-time as a teacher. I just recently had my 4th baby, so things have been a little hectic in my life lately with a lot of added stress, which I believe is affecting my health negatively. My last baby was a bit of a surprise, and before conceiving, I had just begun working on my personal health and getting back into shape. My other children are aged 21, 11, and 9, and after the birth of my 9-year-old, I unfortunately kept the baby weight. I always told myself I was going to get back into shape, but never did. As I mentioned before, right before getting pregnant with my youngest, I had slowly begun working out again and changing my diet. A lot of my clothes were not fitting, and I was feeling embarrassed about my weight. I didn't want my older children to be embarrassed of me, and I wanted to change. I began to evaluate my life, and I realized that I used to exercise 6 days a week before the birth of my 11-year-old. My youngest is turning 2 in April, and I would like to start incorporating more exercise into my routine now that she is getting older. I'm a cross-country coach at school, and I realize that I always sit and watch the practices. I would love to start running side by side with my athletes and have thought of making that my goal. After completing the health risk assessment, I found that my quality of life isn't as high as I would like it to be, and I wanted to change that. I believe that making a change such as this one will encourage my children to be healthier and will thus increase their quality of life as well. I also feel that it will make me happier and more involved as a mother because I can be more active with my children. I have a positive outlook on my change. It would be great if I could lose 30 pounds and be able to run with my cross-country athletes and be more actively involved with my kids. Realistically, if I were to make this change, I would need to plan out my exercises for the week, as well as what foods I will be eating. It will be hard to follow a strict diet without making my family diet with me, but I am confident that I can resist the foods they will be eating without me. I will need a lot of support from my family and coworkers if I want to turn this goal into an achievement. I will now continue the rest of the video as a health coach. Hi Christina, my name is Brooke and I'm so happy to be meeting with you today. I am a health coach and my main goal is to help people reach the goals they have set. I am glad to see that you're passionate about making this change because it shows that you're invested in your health. I love seeing that you've already set a goal for yourself, which is being able to run with your athletes, and I'd like to help you make this happen. From reading your health assessment and listening to what you've told me, I can say with certainty that you're in the contemplation stage of behavior change. You have recognized your problem and have already started thinking of ways to make changes. I can see that you've experienced consciousness raising by becoming aware of the problem, noticing that your clothes aren't fitting the same, and that you might become an embarrassment to your children. I can also see that you're going into this with a positive attitude, which I believe will greatly affect your progress and outcome. Attitudes hold an influence over our intention to engage in certain behaviors, and since your attitude is positive, your likelihood to engage in this behavior change will be high. Gathering from your health assessment, I can tell that your health strengths are that you're a non-smoker and a non-drinker. There were no previous health conditions listed, and you mentioned that you used to exercise regularly, 6 days a week. Because of your positive attitude, I believe that your confidence in your ability to go back to your exercise habits is high. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel about going back to this lifestyle? Assuming Christina answers with a 9. Wow, a 9. That is really great, Christina. This tells me that your self-efficacy is strong, keeping in mind the mastery experience you've had, which is a previous success in this lifestyle. I noticed some complications you think you might have with making this change, and I want to address them right away. You mentioned that it might be hard for you to keep yourself on a strict diet without making your family diet with you. I can see how that would be troublesome. I would like to suggest slow stimulus control that you can incorporate within your family so that you're not stressing about forcing them to diet with you or having the temptation of the foods they are eating. Stimulus control can include things such as buying smaller portions of ice cream for your family or even switching to healthier options such as frozen yogurt or fruit sorbets. You can also switch to lean meats and half gallons of milk instead of the whole. This can reduce the stress of worrying about your family and having those temptations we previously mentioned. You can then slowly start making your diet more strict once you feel you have the proper self-control. On a scale of 1 to 10, how ready do you feel to start controlling your stimulus? Assuming Christina answers with an 8. An 8 is really high. I know it can be hard to control everything your family does, but I think you'll have success. I can also see that your success in this change will come from your perceived benefits, which you mentioned were encouraging your children to be healthier, feeling happier and healthier yourself, and being more actively involved with your children. You have identified that you will need a lot of support from your family and coworkers, and I agree that having these helping relationships will help change this unwanted behavior of non-activity. I would also ask and suggest that you do some self-reevaluating. I want you to picture yourself as the active mother you want and strive to be. Think of how you will feel and what emotions you might have. I then want you to compare that to how you're feeling now and what emotions you may be currently dealing with. I think you will find that the future version of yourself is more desirable, and I want you to keep that in mind throughout this behavior change process. I know that you're busy being a mom of 4 and a full-time worker, so I can understand that fitting in a good workout into your schedule may be tough. At this point, I'd like to suggest counter conditioning, which will make it easier for you to incorporate exercise into your daily routine. This could be things like taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or walking with your kids to the park instead of driving. I would like to say that based on everything we've covered today, and by the way you've rated yourself, I can see that you're ready to move from the contemplation stage to the preparation stage. You've already set a goal for yourself and identified some steps to making the change, which is great. Working from the goal that you set yourself, a SMART goal that I have created for you is this. I will improve my health and quality of life by exercising for at least 30 minutes on a regular basis while incorporating healthy food options. I will add fruits and vegetables to 2 meals a day. By doing this, I will lose 30 pounds within the next year and become more active for my children. I believe this goal will help you be successful in your change, and I'm confident that you can do it. It was great meeting with you today, Christina, and I look forward to seeing your progress.